Hey guys, I'm back with another video, but this time it's not an instructional video. This time it is to answer questions from YouTubers and people that have commented. I've said before in my videos, hey, let me know what you think. And one of the guys, in particular, Golf20X, has posed some questions. I started replying to them and I thought, wait, this would be great to record a video on so that you guys know exactly where the content is coming from, where I know how to do so many things with the 944. And also Peter.Hatch from Australia. My friend, I want to just let you know, hey, I'm going to try not this time to talk in circles. I'm going to try to be very direct. He called me out because in my first video of this new project, I was talking. I was super excited, and we're not going to try to do this. So let's get started. First question, how much have you spent on the 944? So, and that's especially since the $400 purchase. So after the $400 purchase, I've spent a grand total of $950. Now, a lot of that $950, or a good portion of it, is not all necessary. It was cosmetic. For example, there was a $200 purchase that I purchased a gently used or very nice condition steering wheel and shifter, and I also bought with it the shifter, the boot, the retainer clip. You know, it was a personal decision. It was a good bit of chunk of the cost, but I thought it was really important to the 944 and Porsche experience to drive that. So that was one thing. Another thing that was totally unnecessary was $225 on the plastic tip jobs meaning two. So I didn't have to do those things to have the car up and running, but I just wanted the car to look a little bit better cosmetically. Now the next question, this is still from Golf20X, is how much is insurance? Now you estimated somewhere around $1,200. I'm guessing for a 6-month period. I actually don't spend anywhere near that. The reason why is that this was a $400 car. So since it was a $400 car, I didn't put full coverage on it. So with liability coverage, I'm paying about $47 a month. In 6 months, that's somewhere around $282. And I'm with Progressive. I don't have the cleanest driving record in the world. I've had a total, had some tickets, and I do live in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I have all the variables that you're looking at, and that's my cost for this vehicle at this price point. Now, you know, eventually in the future, as I continue to invest more money into this car and as the value of it raises, I will revisit the insurance and what I'm insuring it at, and definitely go to full coverage after I do more work and dump more money into it. So that's just something for you. Now, next question. The hardest thing to fix on this 944, this one. You know, I think you mentioned Golf20X, that, I might be saying it wrong, GLF20X. It could mean something else, but I'm going with Golf. I know you mentioned the clutch pedal being the most expensive thing. In actuality, no. That was 2 hard brake lines from O'Reilly's. I think I paid $13 a piece, 26 bucks, and some braking fluid I might have paid another $9 for, and that was it. I replaced those lines, bled the system, and it worked. It took a little bit of time. I would say, you know, I also had to get the bending tool to bend the hard lines over the transmission, one of them, and so it might have taken me about 4 hours to do. Believe it or not, the time whore in this whole scenario, the worst one, is actually the cooling system and bleeding it properly. So one thing I would suggest, if you're working on a car in a similar condition to mine, if you have a cooling issue and you have to start getting into it, replacing a thermostat, definitely go ahead and replace all the hoses at once. The upper radiator hose, the lower radiator hose, the thermostat, and don't forget when you're installing, get that retainer clip, which is so important. The reason for it is because, you know, bleeding the system properly, it took effort, time, and frustration. You know, you have to raise the car up, you have to bleed screw. It's very different from any other car that I've had when it comes to bleeding the cooling system. So just do everything at once so you don't have to repeat the process. And that's pretty much important. So that's that. Next question, we're still with Golf20X, is how did I learn so much about the 944? Believe it or not, it was through trial and error. This is as I've documented my third 944. My first one I purchased, it was a better example. I blew the motor on it. I had a new motor attempt to be put in it by a facility. Things didn't work out very well with that one. I ended up taking a total loss on that car. And then after that, I just love the car so much. I've been bewitched by it forever that I bought another one, and then I bought another one. So to give you an idea of what I mean is, the first one I bought in 1983, I bought it for $2,500. I had it appraised by the bank. It was worth $7,800 to give you an idea of the condition. That one, when it ran its course. Second one I bought it for $850, which was the beginning of this Porsche for Peanuts, or this YouTube site, FC Imports. And I fixed up on that one, put it in a ditch, got it fixed, sold it. Okay. The third one I bought for $400. So the second one was an 84. This one's 85.5, and I bought for $400. So each time I've gained more and more confidence in knowing how to work on these cars, to diagnose what their state is, and to be able to get them up and running. So 2,500, 850, 400. You know, that's it. And of course, in the process of learning, certain online guides have been really great. Clark's Garage, the guy is exceptional, and that site is exceptional in explaining how this car works, and I've relied on them heavily. 944 Online has been great. Renslist has also been great. The forums, many guys have really good information that they provide, and it definitely goes a long way. And just the individual other YouTubers that show things on their page, you guys have more than likely contributed information. I take all that in, and I go for it, and I grab my camera and I film it, and that's it. So that's where I get a lot of my information. It can be done just like this. You do not have to be a certified Porsche expert to work on these cars. You have to be patient, and you have to be willing to try, and you have to be willing to grab a beer, take a break, and try again. That's it. So the last question: do I work around these cars a lot? And outside of my garage, no. My profession, I'm in IT. And I work on computers and project management stuff to some degree, which the only way I got to be a project manager is actually by Job hiring me from looking at the content on the site and seeing that I can actually do this, which was an awesome plus, which I referenced to them. So I don't work around this industry at all. I'm not a former mechanic. I've never worked in a shop in any kind of way. I am just an enthusiast, basically. And so hopefully that gives you the confidence to go out and do the same thing if you haven't already, or to get back working on your project and not be afraid of it. So the purpose in all this, again, was to just give you some background information on where this content comes from, who I am in particular, so that it gives you, some idea of who you're talking to. So if I tell you that, if this is easy and this is going to get done easy, you know that this is not an experienced mechanic telling you this is easy to do. It should actually be not that hard to do. Again, I appreciate the information. Hopefully, again, Peter, I did not talk in circles and this wasn't too boring, but I hope this helps you guys and giving you that confidence to approach this project. Save one. Go out there and save one. Do it now. And again, have a great one. Take care.